Hey girls, Maria Menounos here, author of the Every Girl's Guide to Life. Want to know my best tips and secrets for organization, travel, weight loss, beauty, fashion, and everything else in between? Go to bing.com/Maria and pick up my new book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is AfterBuzz TV for Nurse Jackie. Tonight's host is DJ Jesse Janity. Joining Jesse will be AfterBuzz co-hosts Erin LaRosa and David Schifolitti. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Nurse Jackie news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, DJ Jesse Janity.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse here tonight with my dear friends Erin and David.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
How you guys doing?
We're very good.
Good, yeah.
We just got finished watching a great episode of Nurse Jackie.
Really funny.
Really good episode.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
But before we do that, we have some huge epic news. Maria Menounos, obviously, she came out with this book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life. It's a little book, I don't know if you've heard about it or not.
Who?
And not only that, but she is now a New York Times best-selling author.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
That is amazing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Make
Our
sure
girl
you guys
Maria.
go Maria and go order that book if you haven't already. Yeah, so that's our top-of-the-line news. And if you guys are listening to us on, hopefully you're listening to us on iTunes and you've subscribed to us, or you're watching us on ustream.tv/AfterBuzzTV, or you were listening to us on AfterBuzzTV.com, or you downloaded the app Stitcher, in which you can carry us around on your little phone of yours. So those are all the different ways you can check us out here at the Nurse Jackie After Show. So let's get into, actually before we get into it, Erin, I think you
I'm going to plug my show. If
Yes,
you want to come see me
please.
live, the Los Angeles Times Book Festival is this weekend. I'll be performing on Saturday at 11:40 a.m. early in the morning. But it's a funny but true series where I'm going to tell a true monologue, and it's going to be funny, going to make you laugh. I'm going to be at the USC stage. So if you're in the area, please stop by.
And where is it at?
This is at USC.
Oh.
At the USC stage.
That
Thanks.
didn't make any sense to me, but I get it now.
Okay, good.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right, so make sure you guys check that out. That's this Saturday.
That is this Saturday.
This Saturday.
11:40.
11 bright and early.
I know, it's really early for the Saturday.
A little bit.
Noon.
I'll be up.
Well, it's before noon.
I know. Oh, that's true.
11:45. All right, so let's get into Nurse Jackie. Great episode. We started the episode with the drama of the series, Jackie and Eddie. And Jackie approached Eddie, and
Some good English.
she approached him, and she was all like, "Why are you texting Toonie?"
Yo, why you texting
That's
Tony,
exactly how
Eddie?
she
What
said
you
it.
doing, Eddie? Why you suck?
I was also wondering
She's
why.
my sister-in-law.
But, like, that is the best move in the book, is to text someone's friend and be like, oh, yeah, we're just friends, no big deal, especially when you break up with someone.
I know,
Right.
but she's like, she seems totally jealous.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I mean, come on. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what he's doing, right?
yeah.
So let's talk about this. You're in a relationship, like a serious relationship with somebody,
How serious?
like married and kids.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
Like
serious.
like you got the ring on the finger, you
Okay.
Beyonce'd it up, and you're sitting there. You have your vows. You do the dirty deed, cheating, and
That's the
I didn't know
dirty
what
deed.
you were going
I
for.
mean, I
there.
didn't either.
Just waiting to say.
I was like, what is
All
the
right.
dirty deed?
what is it? So you've cheated.
Could be anything.
Could be, but it isn't.
Okay.
So you've cheated, and you're in this situation. Where does the jealousy come from?
You mean
If
on
you're-
Eddie's part?
On Jackie's part. I mean,
Jackie's part.
Eddie has every right to be jealous. He has every right to say, you know what, I'm going to get her. I'm going to text her sister-in-law. I personally believe he has every right to do that.
Well, I think part of why people cheat, right, is to kind of feel like they're desired again. Isn't that a reason why people cheat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're
And then,
bored.
or they're bored. So then if you're the person that you're cheating with, they find someone else, then it's almost like, oh, you're not interested in me anymore. Like,
So do we think she really has feelings for Eddie, or do we think that
I
it's
don't know if
just
she has feelings for him. I just don't know if she wants him to be with anyone else.
anyone else or someone that's in her circle?
maybe anyone else.
Maybe anyone else
We
because,
think it's
when
that
she's
deep.
around.
or maybe she just doesn't want him near her, and involved with her family, because it just is causing more problems.
I mean, the way that she tried to frame it to Eddie was saying that her sister-in-law Toonie is crazy.
Which she is.
Which, yeah, from what we've seen, she sneaks into Jackie's daughter's room at night and sleeps with them. But
doesn't everyone do that?
doesn't everyone sneak into
No.
their sister-in-law's
Whoops.
house?
I guess that's just me.
But I think that she was trying to pass it off as not being jealous, but clearly she is. And he knows that. He's not an idiot. He picks up on that right away. And he loves it.
Oh,
you can
Does
tell
love
it.
He's into
His
it.
eyes.
But then he immediately is like, "Oh, do you want some Valium to take off the edge?"
And I think he's trying to get her back that way because I think he knows that she's vulnerable to drug use. And he's
Right.
like, oh, if
Well-
you take drugs from me, you're going to have to rely on me again. You're going to need me again. And
I
right now,
see.
she doesn't need him.
I took it like that. I did take it like that. But I also looked at it as if it was almost like a cheap shot towards her.
It is a cheap shot.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
That is okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't really know too much about them. So what I'm assuming is that Eddie was supplying her.
Yes, he was supplying her the whole time when he worked at the hospital before, and now he's back working at the
She was
hospital.
paying
so
him with her body.
she was a sex slave to Eddie.
Ah.
Yeah, she would. She would. That's what the cot in the back was for, which we see in this episode, and which Gloria comments on. She says, "How long have you had a cot back here?" Wait, I don't want to know. That's where he and
Okay.
Jackie would go and have their affair every day,
That's romantic.
isn't
It
it?
is. It's special.
Also special, we see Jackie leaving there, and she goes into
Exactly.
this back room, and she pulls his desk, as elaborate scheme going up into the ceiling of the hospital, and pulling down this giant sack of like Valium,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that she's been hiding in the ceiling.
which she pulled out and started putting them on her calendar, and we found out she needs 5 a day.
She takes 5 a day, and she has 9 days left,
Yes.
which is
But we also saw that
What I
she
counted.
noticed that her pills are being eaten
Eaten.
a little bit by
Yes.
the rats in the ceiling.
Dirty.
which is
Filthy.
amazing.
Do we think there was a little bit subliminal message there with the rats eating away at her drug?
Like the drug is eating away at her.
Ooh.
Like
I wish
it's
you guys
made
could see
for
David's
rats.
eyes right now. He just did this little glare. Like the drugs are eating away at her.
That's a theory.
That is a theory.
She started getting a little nervous. Why do you think she was nervous at that point?
I think
She's
because she
running
I
saw.
out.
think, her supply is limited as it is right now. and
Limited. I mean, 5 a day.
5 a day, but for
Girl.
9 days. It
Girl got needs.
How about
Jesse.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like,
I mean, it's true, but she
You
only
want
has
mid-morning
9 days
snacks
left, and she's got to throw out the ones that the rats have been chewing on.
she does.
She's running low.
So she's running
no-
low in theory, but we haven't seen
her take the
a
pill.
pill yet.
That's where my question, as far as what is she getting so nervous about? Because she's been good the past couple episodes, and
Just because she's not taking it doesn't mean she's not using it as a
Right.
crutch.
that's true.
I know it's like she's saving them up just to
in
have
case.
them.
Yeah.
She's very bold to be having all these different hiding places.
I know, in the hospital,
I mean-
too.
I guess the house is out because, like we saw last episode, they got thrown in with
The mittens.
right.
I
the
know, but
mittens.
she's in New York. She could get a locker at, like, Penn Station.
Well, this is
Whoa,
part of. This
that's
was part
serious.
of
like, come on.
that secrecy
It's a
was
quarter.
actually what got her caught last season. She had a mailbox, like a
Like
PO
a
box, and her husband found out, and so I think she's probably afraid to keep anything secret from him again
okay.
because he'll
Alright.
probably leave her.
All right, Jackie, we'll give it to you.
I'll give it to you. Doesn't she have a locker at the hospital?
Right, like for his scrubs.
Oh, the magic of TV.
Right.
No locker.
Right.
At the
No
hospital.
lockers at this hospital. At All Saints Hospital. There's no lockers here.
The rat would have never been able to eat her pills.
That's
true.
And we would not have
That's
a story.
true.
And the title of this was Rat Falls, which we will get into in a little bit. So let's talk about Dr. O'Hara.
Oh, Dr. O'Hara.
We have, I mean, this season we haven't seen too much of her. She's always kind of in and out. In this episode, she kind of gave us, I don't know, a different side of her. Usually she's stern and
She's
Very
very
stern.
somber.
yes,
This
something's
episode.
eating away at her. She was in the ER with Dr. Cooper, and they couldn't save a guy who was shot in his head.
Yeah.
And she, even though she didn't say anything, Cooper was saying, "Oh, we make a great team, and you can't let these things affect you." And that's how we found out that she's really being affected by something. These things in the hospital. And as far as something, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Because
Well, it wasn't really interesting reveal too when she gives the pills to a patient named Lou in the
Right.
episode, and she gives him free pills, a free prescription, which is very unlike
year.
Dr. O'Hara, for a year. And it's something that Nurse Jackie would have done, right? In all of the episodes that we usually see, it's Jackie who's doing the illegal things. Dr. O'Hara doesn't really do much of that. So I think that was symbolic of the fact that Dr. O'Hara is taking on some of Jackie's mannerisms and maybe opening herself up to being a little more giving in terms of being a doctor emotionally.
Or do you think the strain of her job and like everything is just getting to her and she's sort of maybe just giving up?
I don't know if she's giving up, but I think that she's disillusioned. I don't think she would ever give up just because her whole life
Like
is
give
medicine.
up, but like, you know, after a while you do start to get bored with the monotony of a job and
Well, I
and
think
things
she's
start
starting.
to seem similar and
Yeah, I mean, I think she's taking a page from Jackie in terms of like seeing these patients as more human than just patients.
just patience.
because it was also interesting when the little girl who apparently has asthma, Candace,
Quote unquote.
came in, and Jackie felt she was going to give her special treatment, and basically she just went in there and said to her, "Hey, you know, it's smart girls like you who should be
Right.
taking on my job."
Yeah, she was trying to influence this little girl into becoming a doctor. And I think she saw, you saw that Dr. O'Hara was able to recognize that the mother was manipulating this little girl into getting more money out of the medical system.
Right.
Which would make the child a foster child, correct?
I don't know.
Either foster or adopted, because why would they be giving her money, like support? I mean, I guess if it's just like
Maybe it's
welfare.
medical support, or I'm not sure what that was,
Families
but
on
the mother
welfare.
brought in her sick daughter and was getting money from each hospital visit, it sounded like.
Yeah,
And
we
I-
did see them last week as well.
Right.
Yeah, and we saw them in the hospital last week as well. And I think Dr. O'Hara sees that pattern and doesn't want that fate for the little girl, which is unlike Dr. O'Hara because we saw her in this episode being very motherly almost to this little girl.
Yeah, it was definitely a different side of O'Hare, so I'm kind of interested. Hopefully they'll touch upon that
Yeah.
next week or so. They're really short with the stories in this. I know we only get a half hour,
I
but
know.
for the usually in other types of sitcoms, they stick to a character.
They focus on
an
one
episode.
as opposed to
Yeah.
everybody. They're giving
Um,
us a little bit each week.
Yeah. So let's talk
Kinds of
about Lou,
fun.
little Mr. Lou.
Lou, who we saw last week
Last
as well.
week, yes, and Nurse
Who
Jackie
fell.
fixed his glasses
With some tape.
with some tape, and Jackie. Now here's my thing. He was given a year's supply of pills.
What does he have? Does anyone remember? Like, why is he falling?
keeps having seizures, and it's
Okay.
I can't remember what they said it was part of, but he went for a job interview, and it's like as soon as he gets nervous, he falls and he has a seizure. It sounded like.
Right.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
So-
But he would only need pills if he was like epileptic.
I don't
Having
think they
like
said it was
epileptic
epilepsy.
seizures. I know. I don't even think they mentioned what it was.
But the pills were meant to like regulate it.
Right.
I know that. But he came back and he had fallen again
And broke his wrist.
this time.
He looked like he just came from McDonald's with that bag.
He looked beat up.
big
Full of
bag.
pills.
And he looked beat up.
did look beat up.
Jackie brought him up to the psych ward, and really fought for him to get an appointment.
Which is, you see, like, Dr. O'Hara was doing similar things this episode, too, like fighting for people, doing things sort of the backwards way, because that's typically what Jackie would do, and she did that again with Lou.
Right. So she got him in with the psych ward, and just showing us the good in her, and she left with his glasses, which I kind of was worried about at the end of that. Like, I don't know.
Where you
about
going,
this.
Jackie?
How's he gonna fill out that paperwork?
I mean, he
But
also
then
had
she
like a
got
broken
his
wrist.
Yeah, but then she got his glasses fixed.
Well,
for
she got him a
free.
new pair.
A new pair of glasses.
A new pair of glasses.
God
which
bless
is
you, Jackie.
Really
God
amazing.
bless her. She just wants to give,
She
give,
really
huh?
does.
Such a giver.
Such a giver, but also such a taker.
But she connected with him as well, which I thought was interesting, like on the level of the kids, because he said, like, I'm so nervous my children are going to be so disappointed in me.
Right.
And she said, the great thing about our kids is that they love us unconditionally. That's what I'm banking on. And she's talking about her own kids, of course, and the fact that she's a drug addict.
Absolutely.
You know, and that was interesting.
It was interesting, Aaron.
Thanks,
You're
David.
welcome.
It was. And then we have Miss Gloria, who is hilarious. She's like
so funny.
the principal of the...
She is. She's so tightly wound.
So she comes to Jackie and asks her if she's ever stolen anything before. Where did you think that was going to go when she first came and said that? Because I thought
no
I mean, we saw
idea. I mean, we saw the preview of like the was
The
it a
church
priest or
coming
like the
in.
diocese was coming in to talk to her about the statues. I mean, I'm assuming that happened in an earlier on episode.
Well, last week the priest came in and explained that they were going to start taking back all of the relics from the church that's in the hospital. They have a little...
Where was I?
I don't know where you were. I was here, okay?
You're eating corn nuts.
You were eating corn nuts.
They're all stuck in my teeth now.
We really do have corn nuts here.
We do that amazing.
But it was so funny the way that she put it, and then Jackie just said, yep,
And she's like, thank God.
yeah.
Yeah, at first I was almost kind of nervous. I got a little nervous because I was like, we saw the scene with the pills.
Oh, you thought she was talking.
And I was like, oh my
you thought
gosh,
she
we're
caught
not going
her.
to get this serious so quick.
I didn't think that,
You
I didn't think that either.
Okay.
but I could see why you would.
All right.
If it makes you feel better.
So Gloria asked Jackie and Lenny to visit her in the chapel.
Thor?
Thor.
Is it Thor? I think it's Lenny.
Thor, baby. Thor.
Thor. Like,
Strong like Thor.
strong like Thor.
IMDb.
I love Thor too. 'cause
Like the
he's
new
amazing.
movie coming out.
Yes.
Thor.
Thor.
A little plug for
Except this Thor is a
Natalie
diabetic
Portman.
nurse.
Yes.
them. Who was very upset because Nurse Jackie dismissed him at the elevators this morning, and he was very upset about it, and he wanted to explain to her why he was upset.
And she placated him with some show tunes references.
Which will always sweeten a boy up.
That's right.
Well, Little Shop, come on.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors will do it to anybody.
So they go into the chapel, and this is where Gloria reveals that she doesn't care about any of the other relics except for this one statue of the Virgin Mary.
I know, it seems like she didn't even know that it was the Virgin Mary.
No,
she was
she
like,
didn't.
this lady is tall and she's very pensive like me. And she seems forgiving.
She's always
like,
thinking.
like, don't you? That's like clearly the
Have you
Virgin
read-
Mary. Like, have you been in a church ever? Outside the chapel?
Do you know what this room is?
So funny to me.
And then they,
yes,
they
get-
hide it in the back of
They steal-
Eddie's drug room.
Yes, this is
Drug
just,
room. It's the love room.
The love drug pharmacy room.
Well, so yeah, Virgin Mary is in the back of the church hostel at the moment. Then we got into the scene of Cooper, who goes and is so excited to see his parents, his
His
two
mommies.
lovely mummies. Now,
Mommy.
played by Judith Light and Swoosie Kurtz.
What a name.
I know, right?
What a name!
It's a mouthful.
And I love this scene because I know Cooper is such a little kid at heart, but
You really see it here.
mean-
He is such a child. He's so excited about eating cottage cheese pancakes and like taking nonstop photos
Pictures
of
of
his
his-
mother's. You're like a grown man.
He's like, I'm gonna tickle you.
I mean,
tickle."
he might as well have, right?
Yeah.
and it's funny to see the dynamic between both the mothers. You can see
Who's the nurturing?
who's the father and who's the mother in
Who
this
wears the
relationship.
pants in this
Yes.
mommy
That's
relationship?
right.
Who
Who's the
drinks the,
father and
V8,
who's
the
the mother?
Bloody Mary in the relationship. And basically they're there to tell him that they're getting a divorce, and his face was hilarious.
Priceless.
His
Priceless.
chin
He's
wobbles,
so
and the mean mommy
sad.
says, "Oh, there goes the chin," and he grabs it. So funny.
And I love that rather than a breakout scene in the restaurant, cut to a scene of him in the middle of, I'm assuming, where is this?
Central Park.
Central Park.
By the Angel Bethesda.
Ooh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Little New
it's
Yorker.
my favorite fountain in Central Park.
And Coop was crying
On
in
a boat.
In a boat. In a boat.
The swan boat.
And we find out that Maureen, is it? His mother, Maureen?
Yeah, mean
Yes.
mommy.
Mean
mommy.
Judith Light.
Might be cheating with her secretary.
Her business partner.
Business partner, yes.
Excuse yourself.
How straight is she?
Yeah.
Was the question.
So,
Guess
poor
we'll
Cooper,
find
we
out.
kind of...
The best part about Cooper, though, is when he returns to the hospital and he's wearing his Ray-Bans and he says, "You want to mess up a kid's life? Get divorced."
Very interesting.
Which like plays into the whole idea of her talking to Lou, being like, your kids are gonna love you unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Clearly not.
clearly not.
I mean, the best part is, Coop is in his 30s, maybe early 30s.
Right.
And, when you think about kids being affected by divorce, you think of, like, younger kids.
Think
And
of
here's Coop,
children
like, a
and
grown
teenagers.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
a doctor.
But clearly he loves his mother.
Oh, yes.
I mean, come on. He's
I'm not.
obsessed with them.
Listen, I'm not a robot, okay? I get that it sucks.
You look like a robot.
You look like a
okay?
robot.
I'm sorry.
But I love Coop. I love how childish he is. That's the funniest part of the show for me.
I
Yeah.
didn't respect his childish till tonight.
Yeah,
Totally
tonight
saw this.
highlighted it very well.
It did. It did. It was a very good way to give a dichotomy. That's not the right word. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know what I'm talking
you
about.
said give to the economy?
I'm gonna shut up.
He said dichotomy, but I don't think he
Dichotomy?
knew
Oh,
where it was
I don't know
going
what I'm
with
talking about. I don't know big words.
Alrighty. So poor Cooper. Sorry, buddy. And poor little rat, because as we see, the rat who has been eating all of the pills.
I know, and you'd think a New York rat can like survive anything.
Well,
Ugh,
okay,
I hate
anything.
rats.
Which I gotta say, a New York rat can survive anything. For him to have been eating as many pills as he was,
I know, and that rat was like a little cat.
and he finally ate all
It was
of them.
so big.
He was so big, and then he fell through the roof onto
Which
a
is
sandwich.
So amazing.
It's like
It was
my
a
worst
salad wrap.
nightmare.
It was a salad
It's my
wrap.
worst nightmare. Yeah, we throughout the episode we see the rat going into the pill stash and like nums. He's like eating them and then
Well, I don't think he was
cleaning
going
himself.
into. She took the pill stash out. He had like hidden some for himself. He had hoarded some pills.
I thought he ate all of her pills. That
Yeah,
she put back up.
I think.
No, she didn't put them
Which
back
is
up.
why
she
she
took
had
them
to
and
go-
put them back in her pocket.
No, she had to buy more pills
No, she put them in her pocket.
at the end.
We're
of the
gonna
episode?
fight
No,
about
at the beginning,
this.
I'm telling you, she put them in her pocket.
Okay.
Well, whatever. That
But he,
rat
like,
was
hoarded
eating
some, and
Valium
he
and
kept them.
died because he ate so much Valium. So he had enough with him.
Rat
Had enough with-
hoarders.
He had like
Yeah.
3 or 4. Good for him.
I mean,
That's the way to
can
go
you
out.
imagine if a rat fell in front of you? I don't think I would come out of the shower for 5 days. I would just
Really?
scrub and cry. They are my worst nightmare.
don't
Rat or
Rats. I would rather
mean,
be
come
eaten
on.
by a bear than like have to stand next to a rat.
Are you kidding me?
I am
Rats
not
are
joking.
Not that bad.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are vicious.
it
They
would
are the
affect
size
my-
of
Get
cats.
over it.
It would get out. Build
over
a
it.
bridge and get over it. It would definitely affect my eating habit.
Well, yeah,
I would
definitely.
Not,
I would
yeah.
make sure I'm not.
They make
Sitting under
nests
any
out of their
holes.
own filth.
Don't
Just
you do
think
the
about
same
that.
thing?
You
Oh,
are
yeah.
so full of it.
As we saw,
Birds do the same
in
thing.
Babe.
Birds do the
Not Babe.
same
Disgusting.
thing. Okay.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Yes.
Well, he loved going in the trash because he's a rat. And it's disgusting.
What are you saying, Aaron? What are you saying?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Do you know what you're saying?
So Erin does not like rats. And
Clearly
neither
not.
did Nurse Jackie as she tried to flush him down the toilet. This
he
giant
went
rat.
down the toilet, though.
This giant rat. That was so unbelievable. That was
So
not.
That was a
believable.
great
That was-
special effect.
Yeah.
It was.
Flushing a rat down a
Flushing
toilet.
a giant rat down the toilet. But the rats in New York City come up through the toilet.
I
So, I mean, I
know.
guess it could
Wait,
technically.
what?
This is true.
Yeah, no,
This happens.
rats do
this
come
happened to
up.
a friend of mine.
Like the rat can swim through.
Yes,
the,
they
Yeah,
are
because
so
rats
big.
can breathe underwater, I think.
They are horrible. Do you see what I'm talking
This
about?
is a mutant.
Yeah,
Oh my
the,
God.
the rats in New York are mutants. They are like
Whoa.
literally. That was not an exaggeration of how big the rats are. They are enormous. They are like
They're also very
small
strong, and that's why
cats.
they can swim up,
And climb
up
those-
toilets. It's crazy.
Phil?
It happened to a friend.
Phil, rat scratch fever. This might be happening. That might have been based on a true story.
That was. For those of you who don't know, Rat Scratch Fever is a movie starring film star Randall Malone. It's a horror movie. You have to check it out
Amazing.
on IMDb to really believe what it's all about.
God, sounds awful.
It does sound
Oh.
awful.
Sounds
Oh.
awful.
There's also another movie about rats called Mulberry Street, where people turn into giant rats.
Ooh,
Ew.
that would be fun, Erin. We should write that. and watch it.
They kill people.
So speaking about rats, at the end of the episode, we see Nurse Jackie meeting her little drug dealer friend.
Who
at the
is
diner.
unnamed
Yeah, so
as of yet.
if anyone can
Unnamed drug dealer.
figure his name out, please give us a call at 424-256-1729. Yeah, the drug dealer comes in and he's very stern with her about how he wants to do things.
As a drug dealer should.
Yes.
do.
Does he scare
Especially
you
in a
guys?
public place. No, not at all.
He scares me in the fact of like, did you ever see Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the bad guy from Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yes.
That type of scary. Like,
okay.
He makes me nervous.
Like maybe slightly intimidated.
Yeah.
But not like frightened.
but
of
like
him.
really, if we have to throw down, like, okay.
Right.
he makes
you
me
know.
nervous.
You could hold your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There's
he,
something about him. He just like reminds me of like family. Not that like my family is full of like drug dealers or like drug addicts, but like
so you get a warm feeling from him?
not a warm
Wow.
feeling, but like a
Welcoming.
familiar feeling.
That's amazing. That's the best
Like
thing
I've
heard
met
all
him
night.
Oh,
before.
Hilarious.
I know you.
I know you, Uncle Jimmy. What are you doing here?
Don't sell those to Jackie. She's a good girl.
She's a good lady. Just give them to her.
So he makes this comment about he pulls this gold or bronze
AA
coin.
sober.
Here's a sober
Sobriety
coin. I think
coin.
every 30 days you get like a metal one instead of a plastic one.
That's nice.
Isn't it sweet? It's like a
Nice little
sentiment.
reminder.
30
The things
days,
we know.
60, 90.
And he says that the woman who he was going to give it to is dead.
Good for her. She
remember that?
indeed. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that the drug dealer would be rewarding his clients.
Well, you know,
for,
it's an alibi for yourself as a drug dealer, as like as an addict. If you want to be like, look, I'm 30 days sober, I have my chip.
Yeah.
If you're not going to meetings,
There you go. It's nice.
Bring
it's
it
a nice
home
little
to
alibi, and you're like, look, I got my
Dad.
30 days sober.
That's what he
Yeah.
was giving
Let's
me.
go get cake. How does it sound? Cake, anybody? Cake,
I want cake.
right?
So then at the end of the episode, he actually ended up giving it to Nurse Jackie because he said he has faith in her.
Well, and she also paid $200 for 6 pills.
I
Yeah.
know.
What kind of a deal is that?
Like, she works in a hospital, though. You know
you
what
better
I mean?
sleep with
Like,
Eddie again.
Yeah.
You better start putting out, girl.
Serves you right.
You're gonna go broke.
You are gonna go broke, or go home.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
you're gonna end up like that rat. That's what's gonna happen.
That rat, literally, that cracked me up.
It's going to
That
haunt my
tickles
dreams
me
tonight.
pink.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Tickles me pink.
So yeah, that was basically the episode. Any last comments before we go to a commercial break, Erin? Or David?
Please God, take care of the rat problem and never have it come back.
Well,
rat
the
problem in
rat
New
problem. We
York.
saw the rat problem was taken care of in the
We
hospital.
saw an exterminator
an
walking
exterminator
through the
came.
hall. Thank you, God.
But,
Oh, that cracks me up.
all right. So while we clear our minds of rats, Phil, why don't you take us to a commercial break?
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 254-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Spaceship is landing.
Landed on planet Jackie.
That's right. Got my crystal ball out.
All right, so predictions for next week. Last we see that they're gonna get a new temp in the
Who is going
hospital.
to butt heads with Jackie, it looks like.
Yeah. He looked like he was doing his job very well.
He's a temp.
He's a temp. It won't
You
last.
clearly
Forget about it.
see how I feel about temps.
Why don't you tell us about it?
What do you think's going to happen to the temp, David?
I think he's he's like, he's a temp. They are like excited about things when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's true.
And they don't know anything because it's not really their job. They're a temp.
They're
Right.
trying
You know what I
hard.
mean? They're trying really hard to impress people because as a temp, you want to get hired full time, of course. That's like the ideal situation is you go in for a couple weeks and then at the end of it, they're like, oh, would you like a job here?
Do we think he might cause some trouble for Jackie?
I think
in
he's
the,
definitely going to butt heads with Jackie.
in the drug department. Do you think they
That's a
might
good
throw
question.
that twist in there?
I don't know.
Because why would she get so upset? Why do you think she would get so upset with this temp? Like
That's her
I'm the
territory.
only nice person in the hospital.
She doesn't usually get along with anyone, which is part of the beauty of the show.
At
She's like
first.
always angry. Yeah. So I feel like
why I love
she's
her.
going to bring out the sass with him, which I'm really excited about because when she gets angry, it's genius. I'm excited for that.
Sassy Jackie.
Sassy
exciting.
Jackie.
Sassy Jackie.
All right, and so what do we think? Kevin wants Eddie to ask Toonie out. Where do we see this
boy.
going?
I think that he's gonna date Toonie.
I think he is too, but I think he's only going to do it to bug Jackie.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe that that's where everything is
Which
going
is
to
so
unfold.
manipulative and like
It's just
such
dirty
an awful
and-
thing to do for like to Toonie and like it's not like a nice thing to do to anybody really.
Yeah, Eddie's
Really
a
shows
little
his true colors.
piece of shit.
Well, now does Eddie do drugs too? Is Eddie?
No, but he
pill popper?
loves. I mean, he's
He's
just
a
so
pill pusher.
manipulative. I think he
go
uses
ahead.
pills to manipulate Jackie, and I do think that he's manipulative of her, and he looks for opportunities to like make her reliant on him.
Well, he knows how to push her buttons, right?
Oh yeah,
And he's pushing
doing
them
it.
buttons.
He's pushing them pills and them buttons. Well, I'm very excited for next week's episode, and that's about all for tonight, folks.
bye guys.
Come back in a half hour, and we will
Talk to you soon.
We're gonna be here
talk to
waiting.
you soon.
In
We'll be waiting
anticipation.
for United States of Terror, and we brought some friends with us for this episode.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see you in a little bit.
Exciting.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.